Hi there, welcome to Darlene's Creative Studio. Today is day 9 of our December daily challenge. I had a tough time with this one. This one was dashing through the snow and I just didn't know what I wanted to do for my dashing part of it. So I was cleaning my office today and I decided to just grab some of my receipts. These are from my Your Creative Studio box. I've been saving them and I just found a whole stash of these old receipts in one of my bins, and I thought, why not just make it simple today and do a quick collage and then juice it up a little bit. So for our prompt today is dashing through the snow, and we're going to keep our number here so we know where it is, and I'm just going to go through these receipts and I'm just going to pick something. So for day 9, let's mark number 8 complete. There we go. So we're just going to flip through 3, 4, 5, and that was an empty page, 6, 7, and that's just an empty page. I'm going to leave that page blank. Oh, and there's 8, my Twinkle Twinkle Little Stars, and then this is going to be the layout for page 9. Now I have put some washi tape on this one. I had pulled some washi tape off for another page and I had a little scrap left over, so I just stuck it on this one. But I think what I'm going to do is just start with a large receipt and put that on the page, and I'm going to distress the edges with my distressing vintage photo. And I'm going to glue that down as my background. So let's start with that one. I thought I'd just make it simple and maybe do one or two little vintage pages in here as well. Not just all Christmas cards and cutouts. Again, use what you have. So when you come across some neat things in your stash, why not use them? So I'm just going to glue this one down. So we've distressed the edges, and that'll just start our background collage. So this was a large receipt that I took from the pile. And then I have also these little pages that came. I really liked this one. I thought this would be pretty if I could maybe cut it down and put it in the corner here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, cut it down to the size I like. So I'll be right back. And then I'm just going to tear this corner off. And I think, should I put that one there? Yeah, I think I'm going to put that, no, I think I'm going to put this one over here. Let's try a different one. Let's try, I like that. I like the flower, and it will cover up that postage stamp. So how about this one? How about we just cut that little corner out and we'll use the little evergreen tree there. So I've cut that down to this size, and I'm going to distress the edges, and then I'm going to just put that on the corner there like that, just to add a different layer. There. And then the scraps from this page, I've got a couple of different scraps. We'll save that one for this side. So this was a scrap from the bottom of that page. Where is a full page of it? So I've just cut this down to this size. So this was a little scrap from that, and I thought, instead of throwing that away, let's distress the edges. Try to open up my ink here. And let's put that in this corner here, just to kind of bring something to that corner. This is actually have a little pocket here. I did put the snowman on top, but there is still a little pocket here. So I think I'm going to use that little pocket for a little tag. And then this one, I think I'm going to put him there. And I just tore that bottom off because I didn't want him to cover up my snowman. So let's just distress that edge. So these were papers when I got my monthly Your Creative Studio. These were some of the little pages that we got in our box. And I put them in a special place. And of course, when you do that, you forget where they are. So I came across them and thought, let's use something. Let's make the background a little more fun this time. So I don't want to cover up all the decorations, but I do want to put that one there. Okay, and then this one had, I just cut the top off of it, so there was like a little theater ticket there. So I just trim that up. And again, we'll distress the edges just to keep it in theme. And I think I'm just going to throw that right on top of this other one here. So I'm just using up all the scraps from the pieces that I've cut up. So let's just throw that guy right there. Make sure it's straight, Darlene. Okay, and then there are also in this little bunch of these papers and stuff. Let me just put these back on the bottom. So there was these papers. And then there was these little tiny receipts and notes. And I thought maybe I would use this one and maybe just put it over top of that number like that, so that I could maybe write on this spot as well. And again, these are just paper, so they're nice and thin, so they're not going to bulk up my pages. And I know this doesn't have anything to do with dashing through the snow yet, but I just thought I would make the background a little more interesting for now. Okay, so let's put this guy on here, and we'll cover up that 224 that's on the page. There. So there's my background all done. And then what I think I'm going to do is, I'm going to remove all these guys out of the way. I have these stickers that I pulled out the other day, and I think I'm going to, I dropped one. They're just paper. These are my tea-stained pages. These are scraps from my tea-stained pages, and then I just have a stamp. I've just stamped them, and I think I'm going to throw him down at the bottom here. Right there. Like that. And then for the pocket, I have stamped all these extra little tags and stuff. And I thought this one was a little too big, so I just trimmed it thinner and cut it off a little bit. And I like to round out my corners so they don't get caught on things, so I've just punched my corners. And then what I'm going to do is take one of these little Merry Christmas pieces of paper, and I've just cut the Merry Christmas off and trimmed it down, and then rounded my corners so it will fit onto the tag. So we have Santa there, and again, let's keep the theme going with the distress ink. Okay, so we'll glue that guy on. And I'm doing this one really quick. Tomorrow, a friend of mine just gave me the recipe for her sugar cookies. I used to do a bake sale with, hi Joanne, my friend Joanne. Every year she used to bake tons of stuff for our bake sale to raise funds for our art school. And we haven't been doing that for a couple of years, and we always promised each other that we would get together and we would bake cookies together. And then the COVID hit, so we haven't had a chance really. I started going away in November, and I'm away January, February, so we kind of just never connected. So she sent me the recipe, and I'm determined I'm going to try and make these cookies. So I'm just taking these little reinforcement. These are from some small bits and pieces of scrap paper. I just get my little reinforcement hole punch when I'm sitting watching TV, and I'll just punch a whole bunch of holes into a little box. So I punched a whole bunch of these little red ones, and I'm just going to go ahead and glue those on over the holes just to give the tag a little color. There we go. So there's my little tag that's going to go in there. So we've got some green in there. Okay, so let's move that and that. I'm just going to close this. So I thought dashing through the snow, again, because this is a little busy and this is clear sticker, I'm going to actually put it on some colored paper because you won't be able to see it with the busy background. So I'm just going to trim it up a tiny bit so we don't have a lot of shine. And this is the green paper that I used from one of my other layouts for the Reader's Digest end papers. So I got glue on there. So I'm just going to stick that on there and then trim it down. And I think I'm just going to put that across there. So let's do him. I'm just going to lay this down flat somewhere because, like I say, this is very staticky and it just grabbed very quickly. There. So we have dashing through the snow. And I was trying to think of all the things that we see dashing through the snow, and I was thinking of Santa and his reindeer and all that kind of stuff. And I just couldn't, I think I'm going to put it up there because it'll cover up some of this other stuff as well. It's just, I don't know how well it'll distress the edges of my sticker, but we'll do it. And this is, no, I'm just going to use the regular glue. So we'll glue this guy on. And we'll cover up the druggist name across the top there. So there's dashing through the snow. We have our snowman. We have our little tag there. We need our number 9, and I think I'm going to put him down maybe there or on my tag. I want it to be seen. It's hard to see against this paper. Let's just move it around and see. I think I'm just going to put it right here. So there's day 9. Get that out of the way. Now, the other thing I was going to do on this side, I can either take this stamp that I have, and I've stamped it on a piece of paper so you can see what it looks like. I have Santa dashing through the snow, and I was thinking of just stamping him right on that page there. Or I was going through some of my fussy cuts that I've cut through books, and I had all these. There's a little fox, oh no, excuse me, a squirrel dashing through the snow. We got some bunnies in the snow. We've got some foxes, and we had this gargantuous squirrel. So I thought that was kind of cool. Maybe put the big squirrel on there and he would be my dashing through the snow, or just stamping this with my Santa and having that dashing through the snow. And I think I'm just going to, I might save him for another day, another prompt, and I'm just going to go ahead and stamp my Santa. I haven't used him yet, and I just love this stamp. Santa riding in a sleigh. And that really goes with dashing through the snow, so we'll keep it there in that theme. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp this right here. Hopefully it'll stamp nice and clear. Ta-da! And there is my Santa and his reindeer. And then I have my tag that I can write dashing through the snow. Dashing always reminds me of Santa and his reindeer. And I'll write a little bit more on there, and then that will just go in there. So again, another quick and easy. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I'd rather you be in your spaces creating and coming up with your own ideas. But I just thought I would try a little bit more of a collaged background instead of rather plain. And I wanted to use up some of these receipts. And then I can always write in here, dashing through the snow. And I'm going to write on this one some words like snowball fights. Skating. Tobogganing. I probably spelled that wrong. What else do we do in the snow? Skiing. And eating snowflakes. Oops. Snowflakes. Silly. Snow angels. And viewing Christmas lights. So those are just some of the things that you can do outside in the snow. I wanted to write those on there yesterday and I forgot, or the day before. So there you go. There is day 9, dashing through the snow. A quick and easy. And then let's see what we've got for number 10. Oh, the Christmas bake-off. Perfect. Hopefully my cookies will turn out and I'll take a picture of them and put them in here with my Christmas bake-off. And then what I might even do is put the recipe card in here. I'll write out the recipe and attach that to one side, and then maybe put some baking utensils and stuff like that. So the Christmas bake-off will be perfect. I'll have it all set up for that. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you come up with some great ideas and you're enjoying the prompts, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.